However, sort of getting back to this thing about the DIBCAC numbers in the town hall, a common sentiment, and we'll talk about this when we talk about some of the industry events that we went to, common sentiment is that CMMC's going away, or CMMC's changing, or they're going to roll it back, or they're going to adjust it, or they're going to do that. When you look at the numbers gathered by DOD's own assessors, and you look at the fact that all of the self-assessments are completely wrong, and these are probably the companies that DIBCAC and DOD cares about the most, what would make you think that the DOD is going to say, you know what, self-assessment's probably fine? All of the self-assessment numbers are wrong.
They are 7 out of the 16 from the contract from the sample size of contractors. 7 out of 16 had scores that they self-reported as 50 plus that turned into negative values. One contractor, even in this study, one contractor submitted a self-assessed score of a perfect 110. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. Submitted a perfect self-attest score of a 110, and their medium assessment was a negative 203, the worst possible, right? And so that's not even saying that they can't demonstrate it. They can't even write how they did it, but they were able to submit the self-attest.
Well, and this is a hard problem, right? Because we can do this over and over and over again. You can pick industry reports and IG reports from before CMMC was a thing. You can pick DIBCAC numbers and reports after CMMC has been a thing. And it's the same results over and over again. Self-assessments don't work. They don't work, right? Period. They don't work. If the government or anybody wants assurances over what somebody is doing with their data, an insurance company wants assurances before they give you a policy. The government wants assurances before they give you your data. Some organization wants assurances before they give privacy regulated data to you, right? You have to have a verification of what's going on. Now, there's probably lots of room for efficiency and automation and lots of cool, awesome ways of innovating in the space. But the fundamental issue is we don't have assurance over what's going on in the supply chain. And literally every time the DoD gets any information about comparing verification, as clunky and slow as it is, to self-assessment just gets smacked in the face. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And the numbers clearly show that. And I wish that we could spend the entirety of this podcast, of this episode, talking about like the disparities between what people think that they're actually doing and what's actually showing, and the results. And what the results are is that data is still walking out the door faster than we can get it in the door at this point.
Well, and I think just to boil it down, right? The same questions that DIBCAC asked you in a high assessment are the same questions that they ask in a medium assessment, are the same questions that you get asked in a CMMC assessment, are the same questions that you're supposed to ask in a self-assessment. It's the same thing that we tell everybody every time they listen is use 171A / the CMMC assessment guide, period. Whether you're assessing yourself, whether you're assessing a vendor, whether you're assessing a solution that's making claims about helping you with your compliance, it all starts and ends with the questions in 171A. And we know people aren't doing that because we got the numbers from DIBCAC.